Hey, this is Andy Grist again. This video is for Athletica and talks about formation and team shape to assist the players and parents in understanding our roles. We did use this particular formation last Saturday, and we will continue to use this formation. This is a very great way of being able to teach and work on development of players. That doesn't mean to say that we will play this all the time. We will obviously change and adapt depending upon the score in the game, the strengths and weaknesses of our opponent. But for now, I really want to emphasize this formation as it is very beneficial for the players. So, as you can see, and we always start with the back when we refer to a formation as a 1, 2, 3, 2. And this is set up as though we're in an offensive shape. Remember that we have width, and we have depth, and we have height. And so, as you can see, the reason it's very good for developmental purposes is where we can run through practices. We obviously want the players getting repetition, and so being able to put them in positions that they're constantly getting repetition of not only their touch and skill, but understanding the way to bring the ball out the back, the way to develop an attack through the midfield and with the forwards. So, if you can notice, this formation gives us two diamonds. Okay, one over here, and then there's one over here. So that allows us during practice to play games of 4v2, 4v3, and talk and emphasize in this, and rather than putting it into a bigger formation every practice where players are now touching the ball less, making less decisions. This way they can continuously get repetition. So just real quickly, obviously playing this way has strengths and it has weaknesses, and the strengths are that it allows us to get 5 players up on the attack, but it can make us very vulnerable in the back, and specifically when obviously the team has penetrated past these two lines and they're putting pressure on here, that obviously this player will apply pressure to the ball, and the role of this player is to kind of give cover and also to be able to apply pressure to any players in front of them. And as you can see, this leaves this whole back side very open, and this could refer to also from here that we have to be concerned about this space on the other side. So, it is the responsibility of this player to track back and help on the back side. That doesn't mean that they have to get all the way back. They have to find a balance there and a necessity to read the game. Just because their player stays here doesn't mean that they can just take a break. They have to find a balance of, hey, can I help this player once this player gets beat, or if there are players in this position over here that they're able to come back and apply pressure, not just let them have a straight run to goal. So that does put a lot of extra work on this player because they are needing to come up and get up on the attack as well as help on that back side. Now, just because we've gotten past here, that doesn't mean that these players aren't pressuring and eliminating short passes and helping to defend in these situations. They must track back. Just like the forwards, just because we have been beaten and eliminated, this player not only comes back to help pressure, but is ready to receive the ball. This player must try to then stay in an attacking role and stay pushed high. So anytime the ball is in this side of the field, this forward must be tracking back and be ready to receive and apply pressure, and that this forward's ready for a counter-attacking situation and pushed high, so that if we do get the ball, can we play the ball into this space? Because obviously their team is pressuring high. Can we get there and attack? So just to go back and recap right here. As I said, it's very good attacking wise. Now let's just assume that this player has got up on the not the ball. Assume that this player has got up on the attack. That now that means that these two players are obviously finishing off crosses. This central midfielder needs to come up and give support. But also they're there for defensive purposes. We do lose the ball. Can we deny them immediate pressure and counter-attacking on us? So when this occurs and the outside midfielder on this side is attacking, this player needs to come across and play more of a defensive role and helping contain. And so when it's the forward that's making that run down into the corner, okay, when it's the forward making this run, it means that the other forward is probably attacking, and now the outside midfielder on this back side can be coming in and finishing the attack, while the outside midfielder here is playing to support and also to help contain, and the central midfielder slides over from a central position, doing the same thing, keeping the ball compact. And remember, no matter who attacks, the defender on this side must be somewhat, a little bit more aggressive, but still being considerate of players that may be getting in behind. And now it's the role of this defender. Can I really cover players' balls if it goes over the top? Can I be there first? Okay, and also pressure anything up in front of us. Alright, so again, just to go over, we play with a 2-3 formation, and we may adapt and change from this if we need. And by saying that, what we'll probably end up doing is pulling a player back onto defense to eliminate any running. So if we're in a tournament, we're getting tired, players are struggling to get up and down the field, maybe we have a strong lead and we wish to just keep that, we pull an extra defender in, and now we have players permanently covering that backside. The roles will still remain the same, it's just that we have less players on attack and more players consider on. So, but the one good thing is in this formation, when we do attack, this player can play more aggressive and getting up, that we have 2 players to cover. So we could play with a 3-2-2, or we could bring one of the forwards back and we play with a 3-3-1. These are our other options. Okay, that means that these guys can play a very aggressive role in getting up to help and support the attack with having a 3 in the back line.